It's week 6 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chargers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats. But guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
That's just a 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Herbert now. Open man right side is Rice. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Again, Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And last week, that was one of those games that he just wants to erase from his memory banks, but I'll guarantee his coaching staff won't let him do it. They're going to make him learn from it. He really looked like a rookie quarterback in that one. He's going to have those kind of outings in year 1, but the big question, what does he take away from them? And how does he improve? It starts right here in this game.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Herbert. That's the rookie from Georgia, Lad McConkey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
That ball caught. It's Rice. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Herbert throwing again. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. but coaches often hedge their bets too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derwin James with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. That is caught by Rice for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Chargers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Nix to the air. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's Herbert. That'll be caught by Rice. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds Johnston. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 25-yard line.
To throw is Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chargers.
Throwing Nix. Touchdown! From 8 yards out. And the Broncos are back within a score. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Herbert now. Now he brings it in off the deflection. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw, here's Nix. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 7.
Here's Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Nix from the shotgun. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now it's Nix. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. The Steelers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. Michael Penix having as hot a start as you can. 4 first-half touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Jalen Tolbert, a touchdown reception. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
At the 31-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That is caught by Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Nix to the air. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, it's Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Nix. It's complete to Williams. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bonito in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Rice. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Los Angeles.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And it's caught. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Ladd McConkey from 3 yards out. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And coming out now, the Broncos. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll get that complete to Vele. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing Nix. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. That is caught. It's Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
To throw is Nix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
Gain of 5 yards brings up third and goal.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Herbert able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 2. Play action. It's Herbert. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Down to the 42, second down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. John Franklin Myers picks up his second sack of the afternoon. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They're going. It's Nix. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game. That means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Chargers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Denver, the downward spiral continues.